We've been talking about anger and how negative it is, but the truth is there's some positive things about anger. I told the last shir, the Sarah Shlomo Zalman Auerbach, how he put me in place, Baruch Hashem, and I think there isn't one Gadol b'Yisrael who did not get angry with me at some time. Maybe Rav Shach didn't get angry, maybe because I didn't speak to him so much. But any Gadol that I had more than 5 conversations with got really angry with me, because I always like to go like right close to the line, because that's really the way that you get to the truth. Right? I was by Rav Safrani the Shabbos, and I had an important shayla to ask me. So he started saying a Dvar Torah at the Shabbos table, and so I interjected. I said, "Can I ask you a question?" He said, "No," and then he went on, and when he finished, he said, "Now you can ask your question," which was good. That was like very gentle way to put me in place. So I'm thankful for that. But there is definitely anger. The root of anger really is that we're not getting what we want, right? Which is generally leads to negative repercussions. But there is a very positive, outlet. There is a very positive application of this, which is in Torah, right? And those of us who are zoichet to learn by our speaker Shleski, Rabbi Horowitz and Zach and others here, and Rabbi Emanuel. So we know, at least I know, maybe it changed in later years, but he would ask a question in Shir. There were 150 people in the Shir when I was there, and he said, "I'm not going to tell you the answer until you're really bothered by this question." He said, "I spent the whole night on this question. I spent the whole night up, and if you're not bothered by this question, you won't appreciate the answer." Yeah? So first he wanted people to be bothered by the question. And then when he felt that we were somewhat bothered, so then he would tell us the answer. And the sod behind this, right, is that if a person's really bothered, then you work hard. And if you're agitated, right, agitation. So agitation can lead to bad things. It could lead, if you get agitated because someone asked you a really stupid question, right, then that can be bad, it can lead to bad things. Okay, there is such a thing as riska deraisa. It says be careful from Talmidei Chachamim, because the Eisha Torah is burning in them. There is such a thing. And sometimes it's good. We'll speak about that more. But there's definitely the agitation that comes from wanting an answer to something and being bothered. That's something very, very good. I'll give you an example, right? I'm only going to use myself as an example because it happened to me. Right? Last week, we had this question about the spandex clothing, and it really bothered me. I felt there must be some sort of riot to this, and I tried this answer, and this, and this, and this. I was working maybe, I don't know, already 15, 20 hours on it. And then, during Shemona Esrei, the answer just popped into my head, Now, it probably would have been better if it had come during learning, right? Rav Dan Segel said from Rav Zulin Kreuzler, that he said none of these Kedushin came during davening. Okay, but look, that's when it came in. I had one yishuv, and then second day I had another yishuv. And the pshat is, I feel, perhaps, that if you're bothered enough, then you get the answer, right? Hashem will give it, because all Torah is a gift, right? In Yiddish there's an expression called an Einfalt. Anyone know what Einfalt? You know what Einfalt is? Mm-hmm. What's an Einfalt?
A great idea.
But what does it literally mean? Anyone know? It fell in, right? It fell in, right? Einfalt. Sometimes you get what's called an Einfalt. It just falls into your head. The answer just falls into your head. So if you work hard enough, then you get. But to work hard enough, you have to be really bothered, right? If it doesn't bother you, then you're not going to get the Einfalt. So that's really in Torah. That's really, really important expression of this agitation. I call it positive agitation. This positive agitation and negative agitation. So we have to try as much as possible to use this midah that causes anger, but to channel it towards positive agitation, and then we will hopefully come to the truth of Torah. Hopefully not during davening, is much better, but to be given the answers. Amen.